Let's see what's going on. Nothing's red, GPS. Needs an update. Needs an update. We don't have any auxiliary. That should have went by now. Usually around 9 or 10, usually about 10, start picking up GPS. The main's already got it. So what the main does, main is for your elevation, north and east. Your auxiliary, the one that sits over on that side, and it's picking up now. Okay, that one's for orientation of the equipment to the model. So we're picking up. Slow to initialize. Needs 3DMC update as well. Alright, couple updates. So it cuts in and out. Does anything go red on this?
Not that I know of. The only thing that happens, like if you leave it on, what'll happen is this whole screen will be blue except for the border.
So you get the blue screen of death. That's
what'll be all day long if I just leave it alone and don't cut it off. After it gets warmed up, I guess is the way I would say it.
So just uploading some updates. That one needs GPS updates and 3DMC update. We'll put the 12.2.536 into it. They're saying the display, actually, the 3DMC stops working and it just goes to the window screen. So that's interesting. So we'll update the 3DMC and see if that doesn't fix that problem. They do have the older 3DMC program on there, so I mean that could be the issue. I just got it laid out to do a quick inspection of it, and I did notice there were a couple loose fittings when I checked it earlier. There's an impact mark, see it? Well, it's starting to get a little chunky. Jump up on top, check out the rest of the system. These body sensors in this location are notorious for getting too hot. These little silicone cables, CAN cables, expand and contract. That looks fine. How's GPS doing? Little wear mark right there. Check these connectors. That one feels a little loose, but always take your radio antenna off. Just check it. See that? Getting a little goopy in there. They lose contact. Alright, let's go update the system. This is MCI4, which requires serial connection. So, serial port, COM1, and here's where it should say 2 files. Alright. There we go. I thought it looked a little funny. Image. Main. Next. Capturing device. Almost there. This one's updating the main, and I'll show you how to update the auxiliary. Alright, so for the auxiliary, well, for the main, serial port COM1 with the MCI4. For the auxiliary, secondary receiver, serial D, connect, open, next, detecting the secondary receiver, alright, next, and as you see it's already loaded in there, next, capturing device. And then it'll go through updating flash, which take about 4 or 5 minutes. No response from device. Alright, so we'll have to try that again. It's already connected. This is on the auxiliary. And if you remember, when I first got up to the equipment and looked in the box, auxiliary was really slow. So it could be just an antenna. That one right there. Kind of getting worn out, old. But if it doesn't go on the second try, we'll have to do something else. Alright, it would not take the auxiliary, so we'll have to get back into that. We'll check that out. I'll go back there and actually disconnect and reconnect. Pull the power off the antenna and try to reboot it that way. Let's go in and update the 3DMC. And there it is right there. Just double click on it. It's going to run through its program. It's going to load. And what we might want to do with this one is delete the site data, which I probably will do, because if the 3DMC is shutting down, there's a couple possibilities. One, it could just be a corrupt 3DMC program, which right now we're updating it. Or two, it could be just too much information on the box. All the files, all the projects, all the site data that's been collected over the years. So sometimes deleting that site data does provide more space for it to do its thing. So we'll let this run through. And if your antenna is non-responsive or slow to respond, you see all the corrosion that's in that. It's not actually silver anymore. That could be an issue. Check the pin connection on both sides. Take the power off of it by removing the cable. Make sure you can feel that pin right there, and make sure this head is attached securely. And I like to just put a little spit in there. Spit is a good cleaner, if you will. It's got a little bit of acid in it, alright? From your stomach, yeah. Saliva. And that tends to clean up those contacts just enough. And we're almost done updating 3DMC. We'll go into true and we'll try that auxiliary one more time. Alright, there we go. 3DMC is updated. Let's connect. Secondary, D, connect. Next. And hope it goes through this time. It's more important to have it on your main, because that's what's going to give you your elevation, your north and your east. But it's also important to have it, the update on both your antennas, because they do assist each other. Alright, let's see how it does. let's just check, make sure we got our, yep, brand new 3D MC. And I was only able to get the new firmware on the main. So what we'll do is we'll get out, we'll do a factory reset on the auxiliary. Alright, let's go into 3D MC. Sometimes you can factory reset it there. Yeah, see, it's slow because of that auxiliary. If that auxiliary was working properly, it'd be a lot faster. Alright, so go into your auxiliary. Yeah, see, she's real slow. I'm gonna have to say, let's swap these around and just double check, because it might be this little adapter. I've seen these go bad time and time and time again. So we'll swap these real quick. Put the main on the auxiliary on main, and see if the auxiliary side doesn't get better. If it doesn't, yeah, I'm gonna need. Alright, so let's cancel, let's reconnect. Now, if there's a problem, we should be able to detect it. Because now the auxiliary is on main, main is on auxiliary. So one of them will be reversed on here. Well, both of them. Alright, initializing. This one's auxiliary. And as you see, it's pumping out good right now, right? And it's showing 4.8. This is on the auxiliary side, where the main antenna is connected. So that auxiliary side needs to be factory reset. It's not a cable issue, it's an internal issue. Main with the auxiliary, and this is what I did. Auxiliary antenna, cable, going to the main port, and it's showing good. This is the main side, which was showing good, is now on auxiliary side. So something in the MCI4 needs to be reset. We got a hard reset button right here that we can do. We'll switch these back, because it's not allowing us to do anything through True. So we'll do a factory, well, a hard reset on this MCI4 and see if we can get it that way. Just the GPS board inside the MCI4 probably going bad. Alright, so here's the main reset button. If you can see it, there it is. So we'll hold that down. Alright. Now, get out of here. Let's see if we can get into auxiliary. Yeah, still froze up. Exit. Alright, let's go back into True. Alright, yeah, this MCI4 has to go back to the shop real quick, and I'll get through with data cables. I'll be able to connect it up externally. This definitely has a bad GPS board or something locking up in it for the auxiliary side. So I'll go and connect that up and fix that up and bring it back. after a jump start. Let's get it back installed. Let's test it. It should be fine. That auxiliary GPS board was locked up while I was in there. Updated the MCI4 firmware and the auxiliary firmware, so everything's updated. Shouldn't see any more issues out of it. Something was locking it up. I don't know. At first I thought it was a bad auxiliary GPS board, but it came alive, so that was good. Alright, let's see what we get. No power. That's interesting. There we go. The cable on the back side was not on all the way. No, I didn't do that. Never touched it. Alright, auxiliary, come on. Much faster. Much faster. Nice. Still a lot slower than I like.
You got a copy?
There we go. Auxiliary's working. There's the update. Alright, we're good. It was probably just slow at first because they've been factory reset and everything, so the more you start it, the faster it's going to get. So fully updated, good to go. This one can go back to work.